If you are asking yourself, Lord, how am I gonna afford Thanksgiving dinner this year? Don't worry, because I got you. If your budget is so tight it's squeaking, we can work with that. Today I'm going to show you how to create a delicious Thanksgiving meal even if you are on a tight budget. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to cook all of my meals first, and then once I finish cooking, we'll talk about how much everything costs. I'm going to show you prices and everything. And then after that, I'm going to let my son Jordan do his review and let y'all know if the food actually tastes good. Sounds like a plan? All right, let's go.
Warning, the footage you're about to see is of a mom who will absolutely be using spices she already has in her kitchen. Viewer discretion and budgeting skills are advised.
I'm giving y'all a sneak peek at what I spent on this turkey breast. You cannot beat $5.46. So the first thing I'm doing is rubbing olive oil all over and under the skin. And the reason why I'm doing this is to help the seasonings stick. Now, be honest, have y'all ever tried to season meat and it just slides right on off? Child, been there, done that, got the t-shirt to prove it. Once I started using olive oil, that problem went away. Now, when it comes to seasoning this turkey breast, I'm using my own mix of spices. I've tried following other people's recipes before, and child, the flavor just did not hit the same. My food comes out way better when I trust what I know. That's another thing. When you're cooking, you gotta use all 5 senses. I can't exactly season to taste on raw turkey, so I use my eyes. If it don't look seasoned enough, it ain't seasoned enough. That's what cooking from the soul really is, trusting your instincts. Think about our grandparents. They weren't measuring nothing. They'd pour a shake of this, a sprinkle of that, tap that spoon twice and keep it moving. And somehow it always tasted right. Now, when I was growing up, my parents would have me taste whatever they were cooking at the time and ask, what does it need? And I'd be standing there like I have no clue. But little by little, that's how I learned what flavors should taste like. And that's how I learned how to season from the heart instead of a cookbook. Now, don't you worry, I will have measurements of my go-to roasted turkey recipe down in the description box. But for this particular turkey, I just seasoned by sight. I've seasoned this turkey breast on both sides, under the skin and on top, because we want every bite to be flavorful. Then I'm adding a little chicken stock to the bottom of the roasting pan. That's what's going to keep the turkey nice and moist while it cooks. Next, I'm going to let it roast uncovered for about 2.5 hours, and after that, I'm going to poke a few holes in it. Because I'm going to brush an herb butter mixture onto it, the holes will let the butter and herb mixture really sink into the meat instead of just sitting on top. Now, I mixed butter, smoked paprika, and rosemary together. When it gets into those little slits that I made with a knife, it will season the turkey from the inside out. Now, once I finish pouring the butter onto the turkey, I'm going to put this back into the oven and let it cook about 30 more minutes. But I'm also going to check it with my meat thermometer to make sure it's done all the way through. Next up is the cornbread stuffing. I'm starting with a box of Jiffy, and I'm just following the instructions on the back of the box. Now, for actual Thanksgiving, I usually make my cornbread a couple of days in advance to let it dry out, because if you use fresh cornbread straight out of the oven, you will have mushy or soggy dressing. But since we're working on a quicker timeline today, I'm baking it like normal, and then I'll let it chill in the fridge for about 2 hours so that it can firm up. Same idea, just a faster shortcut. While the cornbread is chilling in the fridge, I went ahead and chopped up my bell pepper and onion. Now, if you have some celery, throw that in too, child. I don't have any today, so we're working with what's in this kitchen because that's real life. Now, I'm only using half of these because I might need this for something else that I'm cooking today, so we're gonna make these ingredients stretch. It's been a little over 2 hours, and this cornbread is firm enough to work with. Right now, I'm just crumbling these muffins right into a bowl. Now, y'all let me know down in the comments, what do you call this dish? Is it stuffing or is it dressing? Because when I'm going all out for the holidays, adding the veggies, the broth, the seasoning, the whole 9 yards, that's dressing. But if I'm making it straight from the box with no extras, that's stuffing. So for me, I guess it just depends on the day and how I'm cooking it. I've added a box of stuffing mix plus the sauteed veggies. That stuffing mix is the easiest way to build in some extra flavor without doing the most. So let's mix everything together. Now for the seasoning, I'm keeping it simple. I'm just using salt, pepper, sage, poultry seasoning, and a little Cajun. I'm adding everything to taste, but not going heavy-handed because that stuffing mix is already seasoned. I'm just boosting the flavor since we're blending it in with the cornbread. Y'all, this next part is so important. Now, when you're adding your chicken stock, take your time and pour it in a little at a time. If you add too much, your dressing is going to be mushy. But if you don't add enough, child, that dressing gonna be dry as a bone. So just remember, if it goes in dry, it's gonna come out even more dry. So be sure to add enough chicken stock to get it to the texture that you like. If you like it firm, pour a little, and if you like it soft and moist, go ahead and add a little bit more. If you're wondering about the egg, it helps bind everything together and keeps the dressing from falling apart. This will bake at 400 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes or until it's golden brown. Next up is the candied yams. Now, I've made these on the channel a few times because it is my go-to side item whenever I'm cooking a huge dinner. Now, I'm starting by slicing the sweet potatoes. Now, tell me, do you slice your sweet potatoes or do you cube them? Because my parents taught me to slice mine, and I've been doing it that way as long as I can remember. Now, once everything's sliced, I'm just adding some white sugar, some brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little vanilla extract. Now, sometimes I will throw in a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, but we're skipping that today. We're keeping it simple. Once everything has been added, I'm just giving it a good mix. The amount of seasoning really depends on how many sweet potatoes you're working with. I used the whole bag today, so I'm adjusting everything to match that. And I'm also seasoning to taste. So you might see me go back in and add a little more of this or a sprinkle of that. I just want those flavors to be just right for my family. If you're looking for a cheap and easy mac and cheese recipe that still tastes like it came out of Big Mama's kitchen, this one's for you. I've added a little salt to the boiling water before adding the pasta. Salt is important because it seasons the noodles and helps the water boil at a slightly higher temperature, which cooks the pasta more evenly. And basically, it makes the pasta taste better before you even add the other ingredients. Now, as far as the little cheese packet that comes in the box, yeah, I'm not using that today. I'm saving that for the next time I make boxed mac and cheese without all the bells and whistles. I've seasoned everything to taste, and now I'm just adding my shredded cheese, and I'm using sharp cheddar because a little bit goes a long way. Now, once the mac and cheese is exactly how I want it, I'm adding the room temperature egg. This is what helps bind everything together while it bakes. And the important part is make sure you taste everything before you add that egg, because once that egg goes in there, you can't safely taste it anymore since it's raw. So get those seasonings right first, then mix your egg and place it in the oven. Now, I do have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and this mac and cheese will bake for 30 minutes. I'm sprinkling a little paprika on top just to give it that added color. Y'all, these green beans are going to be so flavorful when I get through with them. I know they came out of a can, but chai can don't mean bland. I'm sauteing the rest of that onion and then added my sliced sausage. If only y'all could smell my kitchen right now. But really and truly, I wanted to make some collard greens, but it would have cost me way more money. So green beans it is. They were a little bit cheaper, and since we're cooking on a tight budget, I went with what made sense. So the onion soup mix, y'all, that is my secret weapon right there. That's what brings all of those flavors together. And I just added a little black pepper and some red pepper flakes for a tiny bit of heat. I didn't touch the salt at all because between the soup mix and the sausage, that's more than enough. Last on the menu is dessert. Now I'm baking a yellow cake with a lemon flavored glaze. And if you've been watching for a while, you already know that I don't follow the ingredients on the back of the cake mix box. I add 4 eggs instead of 3. I use butter instead of oil and milk instead of water. And all of my ingredients are at room temperature. Now the reason why I'm baking a cake instead of making a pie is because I found a really good deal on this cake mix. It was so unexpected, y'all, because I didn't even see it advertised in the sales ad. I happened to go on that aisle looking for something else and ran across this box of cake mix, and I had to snatch it up. Now let's add this lemon flavored glaze. I'm starting with about 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I'm adding in milk 1 tablespoon at a time. Now how much you put in there depends on how thick you want your glaze. I don't want mine to be translucent, so I'm not using that much milk. I want mine to be thick. To get that lemon flavor, I squeezed the juice of half a lemon. Now I was going to use a vanilla glaze, but I figured the lemon would add a little zesty flavor to the cake. And this little spinning contraption thing, I got this from my dad. I think he may have bought it from Michael's back in the day. I'm not sure. I just know that he used to use it all the time, and now I'm using it, and it is a total game changer when you're trying to add glaze to a cake. So my total out of pocket was $22.18. Not too bad considering all of the food that I cooked. And y'all, that food actually lasted 3 days. The only thing I had to do was cook additional meat, but everything else, it was enough food to last 3 days. Now, as far as the prices, I did have to go to 3 different stores. I went to Kroger, I went to Aldi, and I went to Jovi's Smart Shop. I don't mind going to all of those different stores because they are close together. Now, the only store that's far away is Jovi's now, but the other 2 stores, they're literally right down the street from each other. So I'm not spending a lot of gas going all over town, going to all of these different stores because they're literally on the same street. Now, that is something that you have to factor in when you are shopping on a budget. How far are you driving to catch these deals? Are you wasting more money on gas, or are you actually saving money with the deal that you're driving to go get? Now, one thing I do want to stress is buy your ingredients when they are on sale. We all know that Thanksgiving is the same Thursday every year. That gives you months in advance to prepare. And I've noticed that some stores will start putting their baking items on sale sometime around the end of September, beginning of October. So you have plenty of time to get in there and catch those deals. But before you even leave the house to go to the store, plan what you are going to cook for Thanksgiving. That way you are not out here buying things that you do not need. And then build your grocery list around items that you don't have or items that you will need to complete your Thanksgiving dinner. You should do this well before going to the store. I would suggest doing this sometime in September. That way you will know exactly what you'll need when it goes on sale and you can stock up on it. Now, once you start buying your ingredients for Thanksgiving dinner, put that in a corner somewhere in your pantry, in a corner in a cabinet. Just put it somewhere all together in your kitchen because you don't want to go cooking up all of your ingredients that you need for Thanksgiving. If you're one of those people who realize that you are missing ingredients while you are cooking the day before Thanksgiving, this process will help with that because you will have everything you need in one particular spot. Just make sure that you don't cook those ingredients before Thanksgiving. Now, me personally, I have a designated area in my pantry. Everything that I plan on cooking for Thanksgiving, as I find it on sale, I'm grabbing it and I'm sticking it in that little corner. And then on my list, I'm checking it off because I already have those ingredients. I don't need to go back out and buy them again. This has been my process for about 2 years and I don't have to worry about missing ingredients because I've made my grocery list and I've checked everything off of that grocery list. So all of my ingredients that I need to complete dinner are in my kitchen. So in addition to saving money for Thanksgiving, we are getting organized. That was my 2 cents on how to save on Thanksgiving dinner. Now let's see what Jordan thinks about this food, y'all.
Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Jordan's Reviews. It has been, I don't think it's been too long, but it's been a little minute. It's been a little since for me, of course, but honestly, man, today's a good day. It's always a jolly good day. But anywho, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I hope it's a great day. Y'all doing okay? You know, I hope y'all, talk to me. Y'all doing good? I hope y'all are doing good. I hope y'all are doing great. Let me know. Go ahead, let me know. Anywho, man, alright viewers, y'all strap down. Let me get in the seat, because I'm about to tell y'all a little story, So, I have work, some light. Get off of work, I come home. I smell something. What is that smell? I had to know. To the kitchen as well. I went ahead and waddled on over to the kitchen. I was like, mama, what are you making? Of course, I wanted to know. And let me show y'all what she was making. Let me see. Let me tell you. She said, wait and see. I waited and see. Get a good look at that. We got some chicken, I think, or is that turkey?
That is turkey.
That is turkey. We got turkey, we got greens, we got some sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, and finally, stuffing with cranberry sauce. Y'all, if God didn't answer my prayers, I don't know what is. God is good. God is real. That's what that is. I'm gonna need the Holy Spirit to bless this place down because it's already blessed with this cooking. And of course, no Thanksgiving meal. Well, I think once you have the turkey, I think it's complete. But for me, it's not complete. At least until we get dessert. So we also got this little cake right there. Yeah, I got a little cake right there. I can't wait to dig into that one. I can't wait to dig into this whole meal. So I think I've rambled, I've told you, I gave y'all the spill. Let's eat, let's actually try this. Come on, get close, let's see. We gonna taste this. At first, y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I operate. We always go for the, hang on, let me get a, yeah, let's see. Y'all know how I be doing. I always get the veggies first. So we're gonna eat the veggies first, of course. Delicious. It's good. Okay, that's pretty good. That's all right. Green beans are pretty solid, you know. Eat your veggies, kids. I forgot to say that, didn't I? Well, y'all already know. Next up, the sweet potatoes, of course. Okay, I bit my lip. It was delicious. It was good. The sweet potatoes was obviously delicious if I completely threw caution to the wind and started chewing. Because I couldn't, yeah, as I just did. I just got, It'll be fine, dude. I'm pretty sure I'll get over it. Anyway, let's keep on going. I can't stop now. Let's see. We'll have the stuffing next. With a hint of cranberry. Did you change the recipe?
To what?
The stuffing.
No, did I? I think I did.
It don't taste like
just a little bit. What does it taste like?
Tastes like pawpaw stuffing.
What?
Exactly like it. This one's probably gonna be my favorite one, just off of nostalgic memories. Okay, stuffing's gonna be the best thing on this plate. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Now let's see this mac and cheese. This one's gonna be a little harder to cut, so we're just gonna cut it. No, I didn't. Hang on, I lied. Yo, hold up. Commercial break. Mac and cheese is busting, by the way, but that stuffing. How could I forget? You just can't do this on thing. You gotta have the turkey. Of course, I saved the best for last. This is a mighty big turkey chunk, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna see if I can cut off a decently. We're minute, okay. That is so. It's delicious. I'll give it that. It does taste good. Wait a second. I couldn't be forgetting one little thing. My mouth's out there. Hang on. It's too good. Cake! The cake! Whew, man, this is way lighter than that plate right there, man. Y'all should have said that thing down a long time ago, but y'all, that's neither here nor there. Let's try a piece. You said it was yellow cake. Mm-hmm. And this is the same yellow cake recipe. Mm-hmm. You just added frosting. Mm-hmm. You sure you didn't stop by the church to have it baptized by the preacher?
Maybe.
I believe it because it's heavenly. Yes, I believe it. Because that, I'm like, you said like, okay, it does taste like yellow cake, but it tasted like a little. I think the frosting really added on to its flavor. Hang on. Y'all, when they ask why English is the hardest language, this is why I'm the reason. Yeah, this. I think I tasted it all. I tasted the green beans, the sweet potatoes, the mac and cheese, the stuffing, the turkey, greens, beans, bananas, ham. If y'all know that song, you're my best friend.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs.
I'm gonna give it 500,000 out of 10. No, I don't think so. Maybe 10 million. That's a final offer. That is not 10 million out of 10. That's the steal for this meal right here. It's a steal. Whew, man, I'll tell y'all what. I was hungry when I came from work today. I'm about to eat good. I'm about to eat so good. I'm about to hibernate, bro. Y'all ain't finna see me for like 3-5 years. This about to put me in a food coma. With all that being said, wait a moment. You know what? I just want to take this moment. Sorry about my scratch, man. Someone's itching back there. What I wanted to say was, I would like to thank you all for watching. Like watching this video and all the other reviews. Y'all guys are the coolest, greatest fans. Y'all are the
Y'all heard Jordan. He loved everything. He definitely did his share of big backing. Now, I hope this video showed you that you can make a nice, flavorful Thanksgiving meal even if you are on a super tight budget. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the price. It's about being intentional. It's about planning. And it's about using what you already have. And child, when you do that, that is when you will see your dollars stretch. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Let me know down in the comments section, what are some budget-friendly tips that you use when you prepare your Thanksgiving dinner? We all could benefit from these tips because remember, we are in this together. And we are going to come out on the other side together. As the old folks say, trouble don't last always. I hope you all have an amazing day and we will chit chat in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.